Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles Sabansi, and welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamerspro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and when we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today we got a fiery show for you guys, but before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Now, yesterday, there was some controversy, and this controversy was centered on the comments that USA sprinter Noah Lyles made. After he won his event, he came out there and sat in front of the press, and he said that, you know, he finds it to be so ridiculous, I'm paraphrasing, watching the NBA players or the NBA championship, and they call it at the end the world championship. He's like, that's not no world championship. This, what we're doing here, is us actually competing against other countries. This is the world championship. That's not the world championship. So when he went out there, his comments caught on like wildfire. And everybody and their grandmother started to comment on it, whether it was NBA players themselves. As a matter of fact, some NBA players were displeased with his comments. I actually want to see where I got some of the comments of what some of the players who saw it, like Kevin Durant, Draymond Green, and so many others. Some of them said, Kevin Durant said, somebody helped his brother, UD40, big fan, but going with that BS, bruh. Draymond Green, when being smart goes wrong. Kendrick Perkins, put his brain in a bird and that bird will start flying backwards. PJ Tucker, can't make this bleep up. Aaron Gordon, whatever, I'm smoking buddy in the 200-meter dash. Austin Reeves, simply put, best players in the world play in the league. So winning an NBA championship qualifies as the world champs. I don't know what's more cringe, his comments or his voice. Tyler Hero, the NBA is the best league in the world. That's why the champs are world champs. So as I said, a bunch of different people spoke on the issue, right? And one of the people that ended up discussing this issue was Stephen A. Smith of ESPN First Take, because they brought this issue to his attention. Now, if you know anything about Stephen A. Smith, Stephen A. Smith is the king of patting you on the shoulder before he insults you. He'll always say, I love the brother, he's this, he's that, he's this, he's that, and then he will then proceed to disrespect you, insult you on live television, and then be shocked when people want to come back at him, right? That's the Stephen A. Smith way. He's always surprised when people want to go at him. So yesterday, they brought this topic to Stephen A. Smith's attention on ESPN First Take. And when he was asked to give his thoughts, I thought Stephen A. Smith absolutely embarrassed himself on live TV with the position he took against Noah Lyles. So what we want to do is we want to play exactly what Stephen A. Smith had to say about his comments, and then we're going to come back and react to what he had to say. So take a listen to what Stephen A. Smith had to say here.
Any issues with Lyles' comments?
Well, the only issue that I have with Noah Lyles is that, first of all, congratulations to your greatness. Continue to represent this country the way that you did. Major props to you. I'm sure he's a good brother and the whole bit. He just came across as flagrantly ignorant, and that needs to be said. The NBA has established itself as a global iconic brand. Arguably the best player in the game today in a lot of people's eyes is Nikola Jokic. Okay, you've got guys from Serbia, Slovenia, you know, the list goes on. Luka Doncic, where's he from? All right, Giannis Antetokounmpo, where's he from? Greece. I'm looking at a number right here. According to a news release posted just last October, the NBA currently features 120 players from 40 countries and 6 continents on its roster for last season, and it's increased now. So how is that not global? How is that not the world champion? The best players from around the world descend upon America to join the National Basketball Association. Of the 450 plus players, nearly a third of them are international players. And the international players, rather than stay over there or electing to stay over in their respective countries or in Europe, China, or wherever the case may be to play basketball, they want to come to the league, the NBA, because it's the best basketball league on the planet. So Noah Lyles said a very, very, very ignorant comment, because almost a third of the players are from around the world. Again, 40 countries, 6 continents. One could easily argue that NBA players compete more against international competition than he does.
So you heard his comments. Here are my thoughts on this. I think Stephen A. Smith's position was absolutely embarrassing. Stephen A. Smith makes how much money a year? $10-12 million a year. I don't know what it is. $10-12 million a year. You're a multimillionaire. All this money you got. You don't be traveling. You don't be traveling outside the United States. Is it that you just talk to Americans? I don't understand. Like, how can you come to such a conclusion that what he said was ignorant? What he said was factually correct. What you said was ignorant. The fact that NBA players, the fact that some of the best players from all around the world play in the NBA does not make the NBA championship a world championship. This is flagrantly idiotic. Let me give you guys some information here. And this is why I say that, I got to say that, I'm sorry, but I got to say it. A lot of these sports analysts, they do their audience a major disservice. And I think it's dumbing people down. Because this is what you just perpetuate your closed-mindedness all throughout the universe. And it dumbs people down. Let me give you guys some information. Let me give you guys some football leagues. I'm talking about soccer, football leagues around the world. You have the English Premier League. You have the La Liga. You have the English Football League. You have MLS, where Inter plays with Messi. You have Serie A. You have Liga 1. These are all different leagues, right? These are all different leagues like the NBA, which is a league. Just like in Europe, there's another basketball league. So we're understanding this, correct? Fantastic. So in the English Premier League, you have teams like Manchester United, all of these different teams. These teams are comprised of some of the best footballers on the planet, as are the other leagues. I hope we're following this. But if you win the championship in the English Premier League, you did not win the World Cup. The NBA is competing against other NBA teams. Oh my God, how are we this dumb? Do you know how embarrassing this is on a global stage to be taking the opposite position of a very obvious conversation? NBA teams, the Lakers, who do they represent? Is it not LA? Help me figure it out. The Knicks, don't they represent New York, or do they represent all of America? If they had Nikola Jokic playing for the New York Knicks, did they win the world championship, or did the Knicks win the championship? My God. So when you have the United States team that is comprised of the best players from every single team go on the national team, are we competing against the Lakers? Have you ever heard the USA team compete against the Lakers? Well, no, we haven't heard that. They're competing against other countries, which makes it a global competition. Jesus Lord, how did this get so complicated? This is embarrassing. I gotta say it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This is embarrassing. I was born in the United States. I lived in West Africa. I lived in Italy for 10, 11 years. I lived in Africa again. I'm moving back to the United States. So I consider myself a global citizen. That's what I consider myself to be, a global citizen. Yes, I'm an American citizen by my birth and by my passport. Yes, I'm a Nigerian citizen to my father. But I move around the world. And when you move around the world, you have a wider perspective. This is quite obvious. The only person it's not obvious to is the people that took that position. He didn't say a lie. Is that your ignorance cannot permit you to understand the truth. All of those soccer leagues, football leagues I just mentioned have players from all over the... Jesus Lord. Do you know that they have some players from all over the world too? Hello? Do you guys know this? Or what you thought? The English Premier League was just British people playing in it? Like, how dumb are we? So, of course, they're playing against some of the best players in the world. But it doesn't mean they're playing the World Championship. Gee, how is this complicated? Because you're not competing against the world. And in a world format, Giannis is not playing for Team USA. Nikola Jokic is not playing for Team USA. Joel Embiid is not playing for Team USA. And Luka Doncic is not playing for Team USA. They're going to go play for their countries. They're not eligible. You people are confusing league with world competition. It's a league. The NBA is the national, not international, National Basketball Association. Oh my Lord, this is embarrassing. embarrassing. And people are confidently arguing against the guy. He's an embarrassment. He's blah, 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 blah. You don't even, this is embarrassing, I gotta say. Jesus. Oh my Lord. They're up here arguing. How could he say that? What does he mean by that? You know, what does he take? Why he singled out NBA players, I don't understand. But this is a very common sense issue. I'm sorry, because I'm holding my finger. Some idiot in the background saying I'm part of the Illuminati. There's always some dumb in the background. I'm in the Illuminati shooting videos on YouTube. Yeah, I got it. But anyway, it was a simple issue that we made complicated. Stephen A. Smith and those guys sounded ignorant and myopic. That's what happened. If they ever expose his comments to somebody that's exposed, that is well-traveled, even as an American, they will look him in the face and say, bro, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Please stop talking. You're embarrassing us. Good Lord. I thought that was embarrassing, but these are my thoughts. Whatever you guys think. And whoever's offended, that's your bloody business. You're right to be offended. But I got to say the truth. He didn't tell a lie. Now, you may not like the way he said it, but he told the truth. These are my thoughts. Whatever you guys think, leave your thoughts in the comment section. We catch you on the next show.